Hi and welcome. I'm Susan. You know, Grandma. Let's talk about Grandma's cooking here for a minute. Grandma had the best meals I've ever had on a table. I don't know about your grandma, but I'm sure that's the way it is at your house too. You remember what Grandma makes. Well, I remember Grandma making pork ribs, pork roasts, pork chops. In fact, she used to fry pork chops with fat. Ugh. But anyway, today I was going to do some pork ribs, but instead in the freezer I found some leftover pork that I had cooked earlier and frozen because we hadn't eaten it all. So I'm going to use this today instead of 3 or 4 pounds of pork ribs. We're just going to use some pork pieces and I'm going to dump it in the crock pot. It's still a little frozen and that's fine. It's no big deal. We're going to make sweet and sour. I love sweet and sour. I don't know about you. It has the best of everything. Now to the pork. I've got half a sliced onion and a half a sliced green pepper. And I'm just going to dump that on the top of the meat. Now we're going to make the sweet and sour. We're going to do it in this little mixing bowl. First, what I've got is a 20-ounce can. I've got the pineapple tidbits. Now, if you've got chunks, fine. If you've got the circles, cut them up. If you've got crushed pineapple, fine. Use what you've got in your refrigerator and pantry. I'm just going to dump that in here, plus the juices. I love pineapple juice. I should have just drained it, drank the juice, but I needed the juice for dessert. So what we've got, I'm going to get some brown sugar here. Here's my measuring cup. I'm going to have about ½ a cup of brown sugar. Get that little bear out of here. I keep one of these little bears in my brown sugar to keep it nice and soft. As I say that, I've got a big clump here.
Like that? Soft
Yeah. Isn't that something? It's like you make a pie at home and it's perfect. You make it to take somewhere and it's just full of crap. So we're going to take this huge clump out of there. You know what this is like to cook. Not everything goes your way. So I've got a ½ a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to use, the recipe calls for 16 ounces of tomato sauce. This happens to be a 20-ounce can, and that's what I'm going to use. 20-ounce can. Okay. Now I've got some salt. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of salt. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We're going to do about ½ a teaspoon of pepper, which is usually the ratio I use for anything, is twice the salt, half the pepper. All right. Now, we're going to put 4 ounces of tomato paste in here. This is a 6-ounce can, so we're going to use most of it. I'll use this in a recipe later on in the week. Okay. I'm going to have about 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Okay, got the apple cider vinegar. We're going to do about 1/3 cup of Worcestershire sauce. I'm just going to measure some in here. We'll call it even. I'm going to measure get a dirty cup measure. All right, now, what have we got? Garlic. You can't have a good meal without garlic. So my husband thinks. So we're going to get our mussels going there. And we're going to do about 1 clove of garlic. Then we're going to mix this all together and we're going to pour it over our meat. Now here again, I put onion and a pepper, green pepper. The recipe calls for green pepper, but if you only have yellow or orange or red, please use what you have. Your grandma did, I'm sure. So we're going to pour this in over our meat and our peppers and our pineapple. Then I'm going to bring it over whether you're going to be able to see this or not. But I'm going to stir this up. Let's I'm going to kind of stir this up, break that meat apart a little, get everything smushed together. That's a technical term, smush. Smush together. Oh, somebody smells meat. Here's a little beagle nose at my feet. Okay, so we've got this all ready. I'm going to put this, plug it in. We're going to cook it on low. Since the meat's already been cooked, we're just going to meld the flavors together. I'm going to put my lid on my crock pot. And I use these crock pot liners. They are the handiest things. There is no scrubbing. And who wants to spend time in the kitchen scrubbing a crock pot? Alright, I'm going to plug it in, turn it on low, and this is going to go for about 4 to 6 hours just to get everything blended together.
And Susie,
yeah,
tell everybody about health issues and even though you had those, how you look at them, how you regard them.
You know, I'm a breast cancer survivor. 2015, I got the news that I had breast cancer in both breasts. So we went to Kalispell, Montana. At the Kalispell Hospital there, they have what they call the Bass Breast Center. And that's all they handle are breast cancer patients. And from the time we found out I had breast cancer until I was no longer a breast cancer patient was 10 days. They moved quickly. So I went through surgery. I did bilateral mastectomy with reconstruction. That was about a 6-hour surgery, long surgery. But I came out of it cancer-free. My chances of recurrence are less than 4%. So I am so totally grateful to God, my husband, my family, to be here. And then it was, I guess, 2018. We had just moved to South Dakota from Montana. Will took another church there in South Dakota. Found out that the tremors in my hand was Parkinson's. Now the funny thing about my Parkinson's diagnosis was I knew it ran in the family, but it was only my uncles and great-grandfather that had it. I didn't know that women could get it until they said, guess what, Susan, you have Parkinson's. Well, there's no definite test for Parkinson's. What they do is just rule out things. So yes, I have tremors, I have head bob. My facial features aren't probably as smiley as what you think they should be, and I'm sorry about that. But, you know, you live with what you've got. And God's blessed me with a great husband and family, and I'm still up and kicking and able to cook and clean. Oh, please don't turn the camera around and show the house. It is not clean right now. But I'm truly blessed, and we're pretty steady as where we are in Parkinson's right now. It has not progressed a whole lot, and I'm grateful for that. And I thank God every day.
In addition to that, talk about your friends. Your friends have
My
helped you so
friends,
much.
oh my friends, golly sakes.
Church,
They-
people in church,
Yeah,
and
they
people.
all, yeah, it's how are you doing today? How are you doing today? What can I do for you? My friends send me little gifts. And one day I'm going to take, I'm going to model the gifts for you. But I'm always getting a little something in the mail from one of my friends. It's really encouraging. But we live in a beautiful community in northern Minnesota. I never have forgotten my wonderful friends in Montana and my wonderful friends in South Dakota. And now we're making some wonderful friends in northern Minnesota, and I'd like to include you among them.
No.
Okay, well, we've cooked this for about, 6 hours now, so it's all done. I'm going to plate it up. I already cooked some rice. I have some white rice. Actually, I think it looks better in a photo shoot than brown rice would with this sweet and sour pork. So I'm going to put some in the bottom of the bowl here. Look at that pork. It's just falling apart. I hope you can see it. I wish you could smell it with the pineapple and the green peppers. Oh my gosh. Let's try some. I want that pineapple. I love pineapple. And the tomato sauce. The sweetness of the pineapple and the tartness of the cider vinegar with the tomatoes and the green pepper. Oh my, you've got to try this. It's quick and easy as most of my recipes. Until next time, blessings to you and your family.